We got some breaking story. Trump fires Kristi Noem, Department of Homeland Security, gone. She's out of there, okay? You're not going to see her face in airports anymore. But there's a new person. Let's put this up full mass. So Donald Trump announced that the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem, was, quote, moving to a new position. And he was now nominating an even more unqualified person, Senator Markwayne Mullin, to take her place. The move comes after growing backlash to Trump's immigration crackdown, sparking nationwide protests, multiple court challenges, especially after 2 fatal shootings of U.S. citizens in Minneapolis. Trump made the announcement official in a Truth Social post Thursday. He did not explicitly say he was firing Noem, but instead phrased it as she had served us well, and, quote, will be moving to be special envoy for the Shield of the Americas, a new initiative he said he would announce on Saturday. It's another play position. Okay, it's a play job. So just this week, Noem was subjected to a bipartisan evisceration in a Senate and House committee hearing as members of both sides of the aisle lambasted her over the Renee Good and Mr. Pretty shooting, ICE's enforcement tactics, her alleged sexual relationship with Corey Lewandowski, delays in disbursing FEMA aid to hurricane-ravaged areas in North Carolina, accusations about conflicts of interest for lucrative contracts her agency gave to friends, and even the admission from her memoir about shooting her dog, Cricket. That still comes up in Senate hearings. One of the most blazing things that came up during the hearing was a contract for, I think it was $140 million. It was somewhere around $140 million. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of coin. For a contract to a company that had been created 8 days prior to being awarded the contract. And guess who that company is affiliated with? No, it's affiliated with her political agency. So once again, that got exposed during the hearing. But here's the tool that will take over, according to Trump. Mullin's name was being floated as a potential replacement for Noem in the wake of her disastrous hearing performance, which I'm sure he probably has something to do with. This is likely why Democrats actually came after her, not because they gave a damn about taxpayer money or anything else. Multiple media outlets reported, and the Oklahoma senator seemed to be increasing the frequency of his television appearances in recent days, a generally accepted part of the audition process for the former reality star president. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have a game show host as president of the United States. All right. Breaking news. Dear brother, now that we know the rest of the story, right? Because I was looking at this hearing with Kristi Noem, and I remember saying, damn, it's almost as if we're back to normal, because they were posing from both sides of the political aisle. They were posing relevant questions, and you could see Republicans seemingly getting angry at the revelations that were made about her dysfunctional style of leadership. And then come to find out on the other end, there's a political play. I don't think the political play happened after the hearing. I think the hearing was part of the political play, given how these cats work. I'm glad she's gone, but you're replacing bad with worse. It seems as if. What say you?
I agree entirely. First of all, when I watched the hearings as well, she also was not. Now, granted, she didn't say anything that I would have said, but she certainly could have been more ballistic than what she was. So we've
Yeah.
seen Pam Bondi in those hearings. We've seen other cabinet secretaries in those hearings where they were just deny. Kristi Noem sort of sounded contrite in some areas.
She did.
She was not overly energetic. She lied a whole bunch of times, and she came across as super incompetent. But the Trump administration, who doesn't? You got Kash Patel flying his girlfriend across the planet like he stole his daddy's keys. It is a rotten administration of the court, so it's hard to single out any corruption that Kristi Noem is doing because they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. They're all incompetent. They all have no idea what they're doing. I mean, the allegation about her dating Corey Lewandowski came out during the campaign. She shot a dog forever ago and was bragging about that. So this is not the bug; it's the feature. So and I think what's the lady who ran for? She's now the national security supervisor. I can't remember. She ran for president as a Democrat, and then now she's in the Trump administration. But it's a mess. The whole system is a mess. It's rotten to the core. Donald Trump is the crux of the problem. Like you alluded to in the last story, somebody with dirty hands, a corrupt politician, an incompetent politician is not going to surround himself by just the bastions of government efficiency. So she is doing exactly what he's doing. He's enriching himself and his entire family by his office. So was everybody else that was working around her, under her, ahead of her. So it felt like she was the scapegoat. Donald Trump does all this stuff for distraction. Now, every time the Epstein files got blown out of proportion, so he sixth Homeland Security and ICE to invade American cities, then that blew out of proportion. So he released some more of the Epstein files to kind of cover up for that original distraction. And now we're in the middle of World War III, so it's got to come and disrupt another thing. It's very fun to watch them implode until you remember the fact that these people are still in charge of our government.
Yeah, still in charge. And according to the narrative, she still would get a government paycheck. Once again, waste taxpayer money. Okay, we'll bring updates as they come.